Another story that's come home to roost in the NFL, unfortunately for Cincinnati and Joe Burrow, that you have some unique insight in, is Jake Browning is about to get his first career start for a Bengals team that is 5-5, weapons galore, because this team was set up to win now in what was Burrow's last year of being an affordable on the salary cap contracted quarterback. What's your insight on Jake Browning for Bengals fans here?
Rich, I'm bullish on this. We can spend the next 10 minutes talking about how devastating it is for Joe, for the team, for the fan base. But I think everyone sees that the same way. It's just an awful situation all the way around for Joe, not being able to play a complete year due to an injury. But this past offseason, so I've known who Jake Browning was, but I didn't watch him a ton in college. And then, he went undrafted. He wasn't in my draft group and didn't know what team he was on 2 years ago. And I've been working with Joe for 5 years. And so after, they got a chance to work together for 2 years, I got hit up by Jake this past offseason and ended up spending basically January to July with him. And, it was almost week by week, I started going, wait a second, this dude's really good. Like, he can spin it, his movement, a lot of stuff that we work on, happened quickly. And then as I got to know him better and do a little bit more research looking back, I kind of looked at it through the lens of how I evaluate draft picks. So right now, like before we got on this Zoom, I was talking to an agent about a quarterback they're recruiting, but like this time of year, that's what I'm doing. And so I break everybody down on tape for the draft. I want to have an opinion, and I can't wait until the draft. I got to do that in November and December. So I'm right in the thick of studying college guys. Well, when I looked back on Jake's career, several of the things that I look for in a quarterback, I saw in Jake. And one of them is, and this might sound silly, but at any point in this guy's career, was he like a baller? And I don't even care if it was high school. Did he like run around and make plays and like be the reason they won the game? Jake Browning threw 91 touchdowns his senior year in high school. That's a California state record at a good school in Folsom. So he was completely dominant in high school. And then you go look at Washington, great staff, some good receivers, all that. He's a 4-year starter. I mean, he's almost a 4-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. He was offensive player of the year multiple times, won the Pac-12 2 out of 3 years. Like, he was a great college football player, and he was making plays. And those receivers we thought were really good, guys like Dante Pettis, who got drafted in the second round, get to the NFL, and it's like, no, that's not what they were really good college players, but I think Dante's on his 4th team. And so you go, well, wait a second, maybe a little bit more credit for Jake. And what I saw Thursday night when Joe got hurt, and just think about this happened to Zach Wilson week 1. This happens when a guy gets hurt in the game, the starting quarterback gets hurt in the game, and he's out for the year, and it. There's this feeling as a backup, and I've lived it, where it's like, I'm not going in for the end of the game. I'm not going in to finish off the game. I'm the starting quarterback for the rest of the year as of this moment right now. That's a heavy, it can be exciting, but that's also a heavy moment. And what I saw Jake Thursday night in front of everybody on the road in one of the most difficult places to play, nothing changed. Similar to Joe, nothing changed. And just put a drive together, execute, use his legs, make some plays on the run. And then very telling, that touchdown pass he threw to Jamar Chase, I don't know if everyone was watching at the end of the game, but it was like a fade, and then he turns over his outside shoulder. Right. There's a lot of names for it.
Yeah.
That is a throw that is 100% timing. That was the first time he'd thrown that ball to Jamar. Because when you're the backup, you don't work things like that with the starting receivers.
Right.
So the first time he's attempted a throw that is 100% feel and timing, it went exactly where it was going. So I'm bullish on this. I think Cincinnati's offense is going to look really good with Jake Browning at the helm. And the other thing that backup quarterbacks sometimes are not afforded is when you take over for a bad team that's out of it, you get bad play from teammates around you. They're in it. Statistically speaking, the Bengals are in it, and both of his receivers are in a contract year. He is going to be playing with highly motivated teammates on offense and defense. So I think he's set up to have a very successful run here.
Wow. Jordan Palmer here on the Rich Eisen Show. You are going to be a popular man in Cincinnati with that opinion, but obviously you
maybe
no,
we'll
but
see.
It's also it's very well founded. Like you're not just pulling a lot of stuff out of thin air right there. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.